What's up, everybody? This is Pat, also known as Quiet Riot on YouTube. Got a quick WrestleMania 31 podcast I'm going to do here. Basically, just going to give you a preview, my expectations, and some predictions for what I think is going to happen with the big show coming up this Sunday. Now, I'm going to try to start with the undercard and work our way up to the main event. I'm going to try to keep everything really tight here, so maybe about an 8-minute little preview. That's all I'm going to do here. I'm thinking about later in the week if I get time. I'm very busy this week. I'm substitute teaching every day. I'm going to spend some time with some friends. Going to travel, spend some time with the friends, and supposed to in Chi-Town this weekend before WrestleMania. Going to get up there, see my buddy play a live show and a concert Saturday night. Probably won't be up there just one evening. Coming back sometime Sunday. Probably get back here before the show. By the way, Serge, quick shout out for you, man. Sometime I'd like to have a beer with you when I'm up in Chi-Town. I don't know if we'll be able to do it. Probably won't be able to do it on such short notice, but maybe this summer or something. Sometime I went up there for a little bit longer. Love to have a beer with you sometime, bro. All right, let's get into this. So, breaking news, if you haven't seen yet, Brock Lesnar has apparently re-signed with WWE. I haven't had a chance to get into Facebook, the wrestling boards, or anything like that today. Sorry, frog or something in my throat. But I just saw a headline here as I went to check the updated WrestleMania 31 card on 411mania.com. It says Brock Lesnar has re-signed. So that possibly changes the stakes, changes the game, and possibly the booking of the main event this Sunday. That's huge, actually. That could actually change some of the booking. But just in looking at the card here, first we got that Fatal 4-Way mess of a tag team title match. Look, I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this. WWE seemed like they were putting a little bit more time into their tag division, trying to bring it back. Now it's kind of went back down the tubes, and one of the Usos is hurt. Supposedly, I don't know how they're supposed to be in this match, but as far as I know, who was it, Jimmy or Jey Uso that got hurt? Forgive me, I have a hard time telling them apart. With them being twins and everything. But I'm just going to say Tyson Kidd and Cesaro retain the belts in that match. I think it's really kind of lazy booking. You know, some people been saying I've been too pro WWE lately. Well, there you go. I think that match is lazy booking. I'm not looking forward to it. I think Kidd and Cesaro retain their belts. Next match, here again, lazy booking again. I'm not a big fan of this Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Last year, I thought with the initial doing this, it's a throwback to WrestleMania 2, that great Battle Royal that Andre ended up winning. It was half, Golden Era WWF wrestlers. It was half NFL players. People like William Refrigerator Perry that was in that. A bunch of the old Chicago Bears from '85. I mean, they were doing the Super Bowl Shuffle and all that. Probably the most popular Bears team ever. But I think several of them were in that Battle Royal. It was badass. Bret Hart and Andre the Giant ended up being the last two. So, I love the idea of, the history they try to involve here. But the fact they're going to do this every year, I don't really understand it. And also, they don't have any main eventers in this thing, really. It's mostly guys they don't have nothing else to do with. I think they're throwing Big Show and Kane in there because they don't have anywhere else to put them. A number of other guys. I'm sure Fandango will be in there, whoever the hell else. To be honest with you, I just don't care about it. I think it's lazy booking. I don't have much to say about it, and I guess Big E's in. I was going to say let Big E Langston win it, but he's in the New Day, and they're in the tag title match. So I guess they can't do that. We're just going to move on because there's not really much else to say about that. The Divas tag match, that ought to be interesting. AJ and Paige against the Bellas. You got my future wife Paige in there, CM Punk's wife AJ, and Daniel Bryan and John Cena's main squeezes. on the other side. I'm getting really tired of the WWE shoving the Bellas down our throats. It's good that they got them booked as heels because I think we'd all just totally be shitting on them. Otherwise, it probably would, They've actually had a couple of good title matches with Nikki in recent weeks. I don't know what they were doing with throwing a wrench in the booking plans Monday, where they had AJ exit with her wild elbow, catches Paige in the face, and they end up fighting and all that. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think they're trying to show us throw us a bit of a swerve there. I do think AJ and Paige are going to win that match, just because the Bellas, ever since Nikki won that Divas title 3-4 months ago, that fucking Bella, they've been making Nikki Bella look unbeatable, which is ridiculous. But I'm going to say AJ and Paige somehow are able to hold it together, work as a team, and that they win Sunday. I know it looks like they're trying to make us believe elsewise, but I think that's what's going to happen. Getting to some of the bigger matches, there's been some of these marks and other people in general have been bitching about, saying they think both Sting's too old, Undertaker's too old. Get the hell out of here with that. Give me a break. These guys are helping carry this show. They're getting the casual fans interested. It's too bad we haven't seen Undertaker on Raw to promote the big match with Bray. But Bray's been cutting some awesome promos. We had the one thing where the supernatural thing, the lightning comes down and caught Bray's his lovely rocking chair on fire a couple weeks ago. So supposedly that was the Undertaker that caused that. Actually, before I give you my prediction on that one, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton. Rollins and Orton. Actually really looking forward to this one. And I'm going to go with... actually, Seth is their biggest heel on the roster right now, but Randy really owes him some comeuppance. I'm going to say it's going to be like a dusty finish of some sort, maybe a disqualification. Maybe Seth Rollins wins due to cheating and the interference of the JJ security. Anyway, Rollins, basically their biggest heel on the roster right now, besides Triple H. Brock Lesnar's supposed to be a heel, but now people are cheering him. There's still this backlash against Reigns, which we'll get to a little bit later on. I think they got to continue to make Rollins look strong. I know Orton is out for revenge and all that. I'm just saying it's going to be like a disqualification. It's going to lead to a rematch somewhere down the road. That program's going to go on for a while, I think, between Orton and Rollins, because Rollins has a little while yet before he has to cash in that Money in the Bank. I'm going to say it's either a DQ or Rollins wins by nefarious means of some kind. Next, and I don't think I've skipped it. Oh, we've got that mess of a 7-man, basically glorified Money in the Bank, but instead it's for the Intercontinental title. 7-man Intercontinental title ladder match. I'm not a big fan of this match either. I just rather see a good, traditional, old-fashioned, one-on-one singles match with a couple of skilled, technical wrestlers that can make that Intercontinental title shine. Give it some prestige back. So I'm not a real big fan of this match. And honestly, not 100% sure who they're going to go with. I think it's going to be either Dean Ambrose or Bad News Barrett. And since WWE seems really high on Bad News Barrett, I think he's had 6 Intercontinental title reigns now. He just came back from yet another injury. Even though the guy keeps getting injured, they keep giving him, their second most prestigious belt. So they obviously are really big on him. I'm going to say Barrett retains. I'm saying he's walking out with the Intercontinental title. Should be an entertaining match just because of it's basically like the old Money in the Bank, except they're making it for the IC title. Daniel Bryan's thrown into the mix here, along with Ziggler and Luke Harper and a number of other guys. R-Truth, Ambrose, Barrett, and who am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting somebody. Anyway, I'm going to say Barrett retains the Intercontinental title. Should be an entertaining match. For those of you who are upset, Daniel Bryan's in that match. He's going to make it a lot more entertaining, going to give it more of a big match feel, and he's going to be able to help put guys over and make that match better than what it would be elsewise. And just be happy with it. WWE has to look towards the future. They need to build another star, and they don't know how Daniel Bryan's health is going to be long term. But beyond that, got to wonder. I mean, is Daniel a long term main eventer? And obviously, he's one of the most skilled technical wrestlers on the roster, but he can help bring prestige back to the Intercontinental title. So deal with it, people. 8-man or the 7-man ladder match. I'm going to say Barrett comes out the winner. Next, you've got the U.S. title match. John Cena and Rusev rematch from Fastlane. There's this situation now with Lana. Supposedly, you know, her and Rusev aren't getting along because she's the one that granted Cena his rematch and all this. Man, I really like what they've done with this storyline and this feud that's been going for a couple of